So your assignment today is this sheet called Slippery Slopes. So we're going to work the first 4 together so you can kind of see how to put this puzzle together. So each problem you have 2 ordered pairs. So this goes back to the linear regression notes that we just did or the previous video. And so to find the equation from 2 ordered pairs, you're going to use linear regression in your calculator. So you go to Stat and then Enter. And remember your X values or the digit on the left goes in the left column, and the digit on the right of your ordered pair goes into your right column. So list 1 is for your X's and list 2 is for your Y's. So my first ordered pair here is -3, 1. So the -3 would go into list 1 and the 1 would go into list 2. My next ordered pair is 0, -8. So the 0 goes into list 1, the -8 goes into list 2. So once you have your ordered pairs typed in, Stat, over to Calc, 4 for linear regression, and then down to Calculate. So your calculator is just going to give you the slope and the y-intercept. So we're looking for an equation that has a -3 as the slope and a -8 as the y-intercept. So if you look at our list, down here at K, y equals -3x minus 8. So that is the equation we're looking for. And so what we would do, since that was problem number 1, we would take the little puzzle piece, number 1, and we would stick it on the K box. And you can glue these down after you have them all put into place. And so what you may want to do first is to cut out these pieces. These are your picture pieces. And then this box that has the letters, you're going to keep that all together. You're not going to cut those apart. So cut here, and then you're going to take these pieces and you will glue them on this grid below. All right, so our next problem, 2, -4 and 0, -4. So Stat, Enter. So 2, -4 is my first ordered pair. So the 2 goes into list 1, the -4 goes into list 2, and then 0, -4. So the 0 goes into list 1, and then -4 goes into list 2. Once you have your digits in, you're going to go to Stat, over to Calc, 4 for linear regression, and then down to Calculate. So now I'm looking for a 0 slope. So there's not going to be an X in this one. There's just going to be Y equals -4. And the reason there won't be an X is because if you multiply 0 by a number or by a variable, it cancels it out. So if we look at our list, we can see Y equals -4. So that's going to go with number 2. So you will find the piece that has the number 2 in the corner, and it's going to go in the F box. So that one you would glue down right there. All right, our next example, number 3. All right, so Stat, Enter. So our first ordered pair is 2, -7. So the 2 would go into list 1. The -7 would go into list 2. And then in list 1 again, I've got 0, -5. So the 0 would go in list 1. And the -5 would go into list 2. So once you have your numbers in, Stat, Calc, 4, and then down to Calculate. So now this is that invisible math we were talking about. I have an A equals a -1. So what I'm looking for is a Y equals -X. They will not put the 1 in there. They will just put the negative sign. So -X plus my y-intercept. So they're not going to put a plus -5. They're just going to make it subtraction. So if we look at our list over here, here's a -X and then -5. So again, they're not going to do plus a -5. They're just going to make it subtraction. So that means letter A goes with piece number 3. So you would take piece number 3 and glue it down in box A. And then finally, number 4. So Stat, Enter. So now I have negative 6 comma 0. So negative 6, and then 0 would go into list 2, and then 0 comma negative 24. So 0 in list 1, and then negative 24 in list 2. Once you have your digits in, stat, calc, or for linear regression, and down to calculate. So now I'm looking for a slope of negative 4 and a y-intercept of negative 24. And so again, if we look at our list, here I've got y equals negative 4x minus 24. So again, this is another negative y-intercept. They're not going to put plus negative 24. They're just going to make it subtraction, minus 24. So number 4 is going to go in spot J. So you would glue that piece down there. So for your assignment, you need to finish off the rest of the sheet and to glue the rest of the pieces in the appropriate spot for your picture.